Great. So Craig Brown, 24. I'm living in Edinburgh currently, and I'm a recruitment consultant just now. I grew up in the west of Scotland in a place called Troon, played for a local team, and then signed for Kilmarnock because that was kind of the kind of local team that I supported. Played there for about 5 years, and then moved on to Ayr United, local Derby, to be fair, they're rivals, and I really enjoyed my time at Ayr, to be fair. It was great. Played there until I was 18, and then it was kind of the crossroads of, do I try and pursue playing full time, or do I try and get something behind myself? So, but with discussions with my family and friends and stuff, I thought it'd be best to go to uni. So I looked into the programme at Stirling Uni, and realised they did a scholarship. I looked into the States, but to be honest, I kind of fancied staying in Scotland. So I just jumped at that. I went to Stirling Uni, moved to Stirling, and that was the best 4 years I think I've had. To be honest, just made friends for life. The football setup was almost like a full-time environment. So initially I played the under-20s team, and I was still involved with the first team. But then in my second year, that's kind of when I played most weeks really for the first team, playing against unis from Edinburgh, England, sorry, and then also the stuff of the Lowland League, which is the Saturday stuff, which is kind of that was the first exposure I really had to kind of men's football. So that was a brilliant learning curve. And to be honest, my plan was to just try and enjoy it as much as I can and see what happened. And then, luckily enough, after my 4 years, there was a wee bit of interest. And having spoken with the manager at Stirling Uni, Chris Geddes, my family, I thought that Montrose was absolutely a no-brainer for me to come here. I knew a few of the lads, especially Blair, who's a close friend of mine. He came and he couldn't speak highly enough of the team. So, and I've been here, I think it's my third season now at Montrose, and I'm loving it. And I'm just hoping I can continue to try and improve and play as well as I can. Well, to be honest, being a young lad loving football, I wanted to stay and play for United. There was an opportunity for me to stay. And to be fair, it was probably more mum and dad that were saying, go to uni, get something behind you and you'll still play at a good level. And to be honest, I probably overlooked the programme at Stirling. I didn't realise how good it would be. I actually got a bit of a surprise at how good the standard was, because there was a lot of lads there from all over the UK who had been playing at top academies, been released, and then came to Stirling. So I was taken back by how good the level was. And to be honest, my first year I wasn't good enough to play in the first team. So I was thinking, Jesus, this is a bit of a step up to what I'm used to, which was a good thing. So it just made me more driven to train every day and get in the team. I honestly couldn't try and suggest it more to people coming out of an academy in Scotland, because I actually didn't know much about it at all. It was mainly my uncle who he works in SFA and knew about it, so he kind of guided me and said, look, it's a good programme. But I think it's a wonderful opportunity for someone coming out of an academy who's maybe lost a bit of confidence and is looking to play regular football again, because not only have you got the first team, you've got the 20s as well. So when you come in, it's almost like a bit of career progression year on year. It's not a case of you're in the first team changing them but you're not playing. You're always playing games. Another good thing is, for me, I felt that you were playing against men as well on a Saturday, and you had the opportunity to go and press other teams. And having said that, and knowing boys that have gone to the States, I think you need to do a lot of kind of background research into what university you're going, because there's a lot of time that boys go to the States, they hate it and come back. Whereas I don't think there's any chance of that happening when you go to the likes of Stirling Uni or Heriot Watt, the scholarship programme, because you've got the option to commute. You can still stay near your friends and family, or you can do what I did and just kind of getting amongst it straight away, which was brilliant. And your social life and balance that with football, and also trying to do a bit of studying as well is definitely something that I couldn't tell people to do. No, I mean, the lucky thing is as well, we got academic flexibility, which meant that we had a wee bit longer to do assignments and stuff, which was great, because we were travelling down to England to play unis down there. So I mean, a lot of the time there was long bus journeys and you were on your laptop coming back from an away day and you'd been beaten. That was horrible, but the uni definitely looked after the scholar athletes. So.
Well, in terms of just the transferable skills that you've gained from going down that route, how have you applied them to here Montrose?
Oh, good question. I think the main thing for me was the amount of time it gave me to develop as a player. and also kind of get a degree behind me. So I wouldn't have been ready to go straight into Montrose's first team when I was at first year uni. The amount of training and games I played certainly equipped me to be able to come in and try and adapt to League One standard. I played my first year with the 20s. I played on a Wednesday with the first team of the uni, and then made some appearances on a Saturday with the first team. So I think year on year, I probably played about 40 or 50 games each year. So the amount of game exposure and training you get is just brilliant. So to be able to develop you to go to the next level, it's certainly something that's been proved, because not only myself, there's I think about 7 or 8 players just from still in uni that have gone to play at League 2 or League 1.
And have you found the standard for League One over the past 3 seasons you've been here?
First year, to be honest, struggled. Was probably the position that I was at still in uni. I would say I was probably one of the main men, which meant that the position I played, I didn't have to do so much of the defensive side of work. I mean, I get told to almost cheat and stay a wee bit higher, and definitely found out straight away that I needed to sort that side of my game out. And to be fair, I went on loan to Spartans around January or February time, I think, and that really helped me get my confidence back, and then it allowed me to come back in my second season and hit the ground running. And to be fair, I definitely kicked on a bit my second year here last season, chipped in with a few goals and stuff, and I hope that this year I've done the same. I've certainly came back and I'm playing a lot more minutes, so I just hope that I gradually keep improving, because I certainly think that I can impact the team a lot more.
In terms of impact, you were, I believe, on the FL team of the week after the Queen of the South game, weren't you?
Yeah, no, that was lovely. One thing that I've always looked at and seen my mates being before, so to be able to get into that was great. Scored 2 at Queen of the South, so no, I wasn't really expecting it, but it was one of those things that my mates were saying, "Oh, you might be in the team of the week," so no, that was nice to see, and definitely a proud moment.
And to get there, you obviously had quite a few influences in your life. Who are the key ones?
Obviously, typical kind of answer, like mum and dad. Mum and dad been brilliant. They were the ones that kind of guided me down still in uni path, as I said. Also my granddad, he was obviously a big football name and loved the game, and to be fair, he never put pressure on me, and he never really gave me much advice. He would come to all the games, and to be fair, he probably would be quite harsh and tell me what I need to do better, but it was great to hear that from someone that's been at such a high level. Even just little things, saying that I wasn't too far away if I just tidied up certain aspects of my game, and every message he gave me always helped. So and always having a good network of friends around you as well to pick you up when you maybe had a poor game or a tough couple of weeks when you're not playing. So I just think family and a good network of mates, and obviously the boys in the team as well.
Interests?
Well, to be fair, I love football, but I would always say that whenever we get time off, I like to completely just disconnect from it and go away, enjoy the sun. I love the beach. If anyone could ask me, city or beach, it'll absolutely be a beach holiday. And in terms of the weekend, I'll socialise with my mates, have a few pints, relax, unwind. I'll go home, see the family now and again. I like a game of golf. It's one thing that I don't get to play enough of, probably because my weekends kind of filled up playing football. So no, just chilling out and I'm really active, so I like going on big kind of like long walks, exciting stuff like that. But no, I just enjoy the football and hopefully try and kick on. I'm always trying to mix up, and I always get a lot of abuse from the boys saying that if they're not happy with it. I like all sorts of music. I do like dance and kind of deep house stuff. That'll probably fill the match day playlist. But when I'm on my own, I quite like the old stuff. I like Simply Red. I like Bruce Springsteen. I do like the kind of R&B stuff. Drake's up there. He's always in my playlists. I used to like Tory Lanez, but he's not brought out as much music recently. Michael Jackson, I've always loved Michael Jackson. You Rock My World's one of the top ones that I like listening to. But just a bit of everything really, to be honest. I do like a bit of country as well, people won't believe that, but Chris Stapleton, I like him. So I'm not like too picky, to be honest. Bit of everything. To be fair, I wouldn't choose a comedy. I quite like movies that are quite filled with suspense. You need to concentrate on it. One of the top ones I watched recently had Robert De Niro in it, Casino. One of the old ones, I really like that. I quite like gangster films. I'm trying to think if there's any other recent ones I watched. I saw Oppenheimer recently and I thought that was pretty decent. But no, I do like watching lots of different types of stuff, but comedies, to be fair, I prefer ones that are quite interesting and maybe a wee bit more kind of suspenseful. I used to go away on cruises a lot. My granddad would take the family on cruises, so I think I've been on about 4 or 5 of them. I've not been on one of them in a long time. So I had great times away there, just being able to wake up in a different city or a country. It was absolutely brilliant. So I think if I was to go on my next holiday, it'd definitely be a cruise. There's a few, to be honest. I like to stick my name in the hat. No, I'm joking. Definitely the louder ones and the ones that are always on good form are Paul Watson, Michael Gardine, Terry Masson. He's got an acquired taste. It took me a while to figure out his banter, but now he's a bit of a dry sense of humour. He's always got good one-liners. Ross Campbell will fancy himself as a comedian. He's non-stop, verbal diarrhea, but some of it's quite funny. And to be fair, it's a good bunch of lads. Everyone's got their own banter, but it's all good.
You've probably answered it yourself. The DJ.
Yeah, that's myself, and until I'm told otherwise, I think I've just kind of taken that upon myself to kind of play the tunes that one of our speakers broke, so I just brought my own one, and then ever since then I just started playing my music, and that actually broke recently. I was coming back from training, they were filling the kit van up, and the water bottles fell on top of it, so we had to buy a new one recently, but luckily we've got a good speaker now, and I'm still playing the tunes until Paul Watson tells me he's had enough.
TV movie star who's got the look, who'd be ready? Who would
Female?
No, as in from the team.
Oh, right, I thought you were asking a celebrity.
No.
Who's got the look? Well, Blair Lyons fancies himself as having been a bit of a movie star. Trying to think who else. Mateus, he's got the Brazilian kind of swagger, which is good. Tough. Some of them have got really poor gear, to be honest. I'll need to stay with who I thought initially. I'll stick my mate Blair.
The entrepreneur who's got the big idea.
Paul Watson. I'd definitely say Paul Watson. He seems to be flying with his Projecto company just now. He's always coming in busy, so he's always got lots of different projects and that to go, I think.
Who's the wise man? Who would you go for advice?
Oh, the wise man. Good question. Sean Dillon.
Future manager.
Andy Steves.
And what message do you have for the Montrose fans?
Your support's absolutely wonderful. It's even great just seeing stuff on Twitter after a good win or on social platforms, and the noise made at home and away certainly. Boys really appreciate it, and just look forward to hearing you and seeing you in the stands as the season goes on.